She would learn fast.
Yeah.
Nice heart.
I'm smiling, but
Yeah, I saw the smile in your eyes. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I'm almost out of squeezy peanut butter, which is tragic. Thanks, Sylvia, for sending that. Definitely a peanut butter. I mean, a banana upgrade. Definitely a banana upgrade. I'm gonna go for a red.
There's always a motorcycle right when you like get close to the camera. This morning I mentioned yesterday it's rendezvous time with the prefecture. Not today, but Friday this week. I'm gonna be going in and hopefully coming back out with a renewed visa. For those of you that aren't tracking, just didn't know, I'm here on a visa that's called a passport talent. It's a visa that I got that I didn't actually apply for to start with back in San Francisco, which is all captured in my vlog. You can actually go back all the way to see when I went to San Francisco. It was January, it was I guess December 31st or January 1st, right around there of 2016, 2017. I went, I applied, and they ended up not giving me the one that I asked for. It was kind of a crazy and stressful time, but also a really cool time when I finally got my visa. It's good for 4 years and it's renewable. It's I don't know that it's the best visa you can get. I'm sure that there's a better visa out there, but it's pretty amazing. That's how I'm able to be here. I'm able to work. I'm able to start my own business. Everything's legal, taxable, and if I can renew this visa, it means that I can stay here for 5 years on the same visa, paying taxes, which opens the door to applying for French citizenship, which is, as you may know, a goal of mine. I'd love to have dual citizenship. I'm not giving up my American citizenship, don't worry. But I will have to pay taxes to the American government no matter where I live for the rest of my life, which is frustrating because America is the only country that does that. I think there are 2 countries in the world that do it, and America is one of them. But aside from that, no, I'll be Franco-American after that, or Americo. Yeah, Franco-American works a little bit better. Fr-American. I could be Fr-American, I guess. Amaranch. Either way, I have a few documents that I need to gather today, one of which I can tell you about, has been very difficult to get. Unfortunately, has ramifications for the future. I'll probably save that for after the appointment. I'll tell you about that later. But today I need to get photos. I need to make copies of my landlady's electricity bill to prove that I actually live there. And if I'm gonna write this letter of intent, it probably needs to happen today. I don't have to write a letter of intent. It's probably overkill, but at least it's practice for the interview until the runtime. So what all is in this dossier? You might be that's what they call it, a dossier, which does sound kind of exciting, really. I mean, we have a dossier on you. Also stressful, actually, when you put it that way and you think about it. Anyways, what goes in the dossier? There's a couple things here too on top of my dossier. For example, Edgar sent me this guy. It's like a grip for my phone. I haven't tried it yet. We'll try that shortly. And a package from, I believe, from Jane from the UK. It's kind of squinchy. Open that later too. This is the dossier. I was talking about a Muji binder. If you may recall that before lockdown, I think, so in October, Sam and I went to the Muji store, bought a little organizer here. It's mostly great. This is not a paid endorsement, and you can tell because look at this. Like the inserts, the little plastic sleeves, they stick out to the side of the binder, which is a little bit annoying. Aside from that, what's inside this binder is a bunch of really sensitive information that I can't show on camera, like my taxes, things like that. What I do have here is like my little thing that like declares who I am and what I'm asking for. I have a copy of my French ID. I have a copy of my American passport. I've got a copy of a letter from my landlady saying that yes, I do in fact live here. I've got this little thing here that requires basically 3 copies of passport photos that I'm gonna have to do today. They only really need one, but they take multiple. You gotta get a fresh one every time. I've got my cabis, which is like the proof that of my, I don't know if it's the founding document, but it's like the letter or the form from the Tribunal of Commerce in Paris declaring that I have a legitimate limited liability company here in France. That's the restructuring that we did last year in anticipation of things growing, not in anticipation of COVID shrinking everything. But, glad I did it, got through it. I've got to prove, the quality of my work. So I've got a little thing here that's like a printout about my book with a couple of your reviews down here. This is why also the reviews matter. If you ever want to leave a review for my book over on Amazon, it has an impact, because then I can go to them and say, look, there are a lot of people that have read this and love it. And it's all about you, France. It's all about you. Which isn't entirely true. France and Paris is a character in the book, but you got to suck up a little bit. And then all the way at the back here, I've got a little thing that is like the checklist of everything that I need to have. And it's a little bit confusing because there's two of them in here. One of them for like general purpose and one of them specifically for my visa. And then it's mildly confused as well because some people have the visa that I have based on contracts with, publishers or fashion labels, luxury brands, whatever. They have an actual contract that they're here under to do their creative work, whatever that looks like. I do not have that. I am here as a self-employed, full-time creative type person, which was very confusing for them on the front end, and is part of the reason why I'm concerned about how things will go on this end. I think it'll be fine. Like, I'm gonna be able to show them. I might make a little printout about my YouTube channel as well. I just know that they like writers more than they like YouTubers, at least traditionally. So, making sure to put that in there. But the hope is that they look at all of that and they see, oh, this is what this guy's doing. He's very involved. I'm going to tell them about how my hope is to help them gear the city back up for tourism. I've got some plans for that. Obviously, I have my guide. If you've purchased a copy of that, I'll be telling them about that as well. But I've got other plans, part of the secret project realm of things. There's a lot of fun stuff coming in. I'm really hoping to, be a part of Paris coming back to life, as it were. There's a lot of stuff that I have in mind. Who knows where all it will go, but I want to make a case that, hey, this is what I've been doing, and this is what I will continue to do. And hopefully, they're into it. Most of the stories that I've heard so far have been very positive. People with my visa going in, people with similar or related visas, people that are just going in to renew. Obviously, the Brexit side of things, people getting their Brexit titre séjours in whatever, like most of that's been very positive. So I'm actually not feeling that stressed out about it. And I decided early on that I wasn't going to let myself stress out about it because there's no point. Like, I'm here. There's a lot riding on this. Like, I want to stay in Paris. My home is here. I have built something that I do not want to leave behind, and I have a future here that I want to protect and grow. So this meeting actually has a lot riding on it, but I'm going to trust that it's going to go well. I'm going to prepare as well as I possibly can for it. And that's also where the idea of writing a letter of intent came from. Nobody really does that. It's not really necessary. I don't know that I actually need to do it. And I feel less like I will see. I'm still on the fence about it. It's more important that I get a couple things lined up otherwise, like that they're actually asking for first. And then, if I've got it in me to try and write that letter, I might do that tonight. But I'm feeling pretty good about it as things go. And from what I've heard, part of the reason also I feel less and less inclined to do the letter is the more stories I hear from friends that have gone in for their renewals, that it does not sound like it would matter at all if I wrote that. So that's part of where it's like, okay, well, maybe I should focus my energy elsewhere. So that said, I'm going to get a little bit of work done here. Well, while we're here, let's see what Jane sent. And we can try this thing that Edgar sent. What I'm going to do today is I have therapy this afternoon, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's been very beneficial. I'm going to go do that. And then afterwards, we'll go, I need to go to like a photo mat. So if you need to get passport photos done, I think I wrote this in my guide even, but if you need like passport style photos done in France, at least in Paris, I should say, the easiest way is just to go to a bigger metro station. And in most of those, they have like a photo mat. So there's one in Hotel de Ville right next to the Peloton. And I was going to go down there and drop by anyways. So I'll go there, get the photos taken. And then I also have access to a WeWork this month. So I'm going to go in and do my copies there because it's insanely expensive to do copies and print here in Paris. Maybe everywhere, maybe printing's just always expensive. And my printer's been broken for a long time. And so I need to get a new one at some point here soon. But there's a solution at hand if we just go down to the WeWork. That makes sense. Yeah, anyways, let's see what's in here. Ooh, coffee. I was hoping this was coffee from the way that it felt. Frontline Coffee, founded by firefighters. It's first response coffee. Jane, thank you for sending this. It looks like she sent this. Oh, this is really cool. I don't know anything about this charity. I'm not associated, but thank you, Jane, very much for sending this. I'm assuming it looks like by buying this coffee, she supported the ambulance staff charity. That's cool. And then this grip. It's interesting. It's actually purely Bluetooth. So the idea is that you can grip your phone like a camera. It looks just like a camera grip, right? I'll have to give that a try. Play around with it. I will say that right off the bat, the way that I hold my phone when I'm vlogging, that could work that way. I could play with this. See? Worried that it's just gonna pop off. Thanks, Edgar. I'll play around with this. We'll see how it works out. Okay, that turned into a little bit more of a mess than I anticipated. Now you know what's going into the dossier, more or less. I also have to talk to my accountant about getting some like justificatif de revenu ressources. I gotta prove that I'm making money and paying taxes here if you didn't catch the part about my tax documents, and I went to the tax office the other day. Thankfully, the people at the tax office are always really nice, so that's good. But we got some stuff to take care of today, so let's get the heck out of here and at least go get some passport photos at the very least. Bonjour, monsieur. Merci. That was great. I really appreciate my time with Heather, my Irish therapist. I mean, this not to turn this into a pro-Irish moment, but you know, the Irish, they're just so delightful. Lots of people, and I just love them. Anyways, it's really good. Sometimes it's heavy, you know, these sessions, but often, oh man, it's really necessary. It can be hard work sometimes to sit down and go through these things, especially since I've been doing this for the last year, but it's been so helpful, and I'm so grateful for it. And I always like taking the stairs back down because it gives me a chance to reflect for a minute while I walk. And I've had some heavy walks down these stairs, but it's also what helps to show over time just how much you've grown, you know, how much I've grown. And I just feel so much healthier than I was a year ago, or, you know, a couple years ago especially. And yeah, can recommend. Find a good therapist, it's really worth it. Anywho. Hey look, my bike is still here. That's good news. Shoot.
Si vous souhaitez réaliser des photos destinées aux documents officiels, sélectionnez photo officiel. Sinon,
cash only.
Sélectionnez mais modifiez la langue en sélectionnant un drapeau.
Stop! Alright, I need cash. Why doesn't it have anyways, we'll be back. Oh, look at that. There happens to be, it looks like an ATM right here. Perfect. So what happened? It's refusing to give me cash. I tried multiple times. So much for, well, maybe are there more of them around here somewhere? It can't be easy. It couldn't just, you know, be easy. Also, cashback really isn't a thing here, so my plan is to, hopefully there's an ATM in the post office, because they have their own. And then, in order to get change, because I need coins, of course, for this machine, I'll buy an international stamp so I can send a nice little card to my dad. and, you know, kill two birds with one stone, and hopefully the annoyance stops there. But I've got my eyes open for other ATMs because I don't know where the closest other ATM would be if there aren't any in the post office. So, you know, what's some French bureaucracy without a little bit of unnecessary adventure attached? Monsieur, est-ce que ça sera possible d'avoir ça à monnaie? Oui. Merci. Merci. Bonjour, monsieur. Au revoir. Success. Leave it to the post office to come through at the last minute. All right, we got our change. I got a stamp. This is still ridiculous. Let's go get the photos taken. And then, you know, coffee. And then I got to finish setting up the dossier because I want to triple check and make sure that I got everything I need. Got to disrobe here to an appropriate degree. Maybe do this before you get in the photometron, whatever this thing is called. Whoa, go back. Passport, cartes, visas, titre séjour. Titre séjour is what I want. What's the difference between an official photo and e-photo though? No. I need like printed photos. Do you want official and fun? No. This is still mildly confusing, to be honest. Payment at the end. Yeah, that's why I got my change. Ne rompt pas la monnaie. Money is change, just in case you were curious. All right, let's go. Question is, how much chest do I show? Chest? Some chest? A little bit of chest? No chest? I'm gonna try not to look like a freak in this too, because usually I'm way too serious for these photos. All right, let's see how this goes.
Vérifiez que vos yeux soient positionnés entre les deux lignes horizontales.
Between them?
Sur...
Just trying to line this up. Hey, it looks pretty good. I fit the oval okay. All right, let's see what happens.
Regardez droit devant vous. 3, 2.
You get 3 tries, it said. I'm gonna do one more because it looks like this is popping up too much. I'll get my shirt pulled down a little bit better. All right, I think we're ready. I blinked immediately after the sound, so hopefully that sound is at the right time. I'm really curious what kind of software is going into this thing. All right, they both look a little bit like I'm leaning one direction, but this one looks less so, and also slightly less smiley, which I'm sure they'll appreciate. So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. I need to come up with €6. There we go.
Attention, cette machine ne rend pas la monnaie.
Yeah, I know.
Veuillez procéder au paiement de vos achats.
If only that was an option. Do I want a receipt? Yes. Print that out for me. I don't want to give you my email address. Just print it. Is that not available? I can't. Fine.
Vos photos sont en cours d'impression.
The station Jourdain on Metro Line 11 is closed.
Atención, por obras, la estación Jourdain en la línea 11 está cerrada.
Wegen Bauarbeiten ist die Station
Finally, let's get out of here.
auf der Metrolinie 11 geschlossen.
She would learn fast.
Yeah,
Nice heart.
I'm smiling, but
I saw the smile in your eyes. Yeah, there it is. There it is. But who tipped you in purple?
that was Yasmina.
That's amazing. Oh, the Yasmina. So is this Moroccan?
Moroccan money. Yeah.
I've been to that mosque. That's cool. I think I've got the complete dossier. I even got a letter. I will share this story later. There are stories from this to share that are of, of a later nature, but I got everything done. I got the copies made I needed. I'm feeling really good about this dossier. I've been encouraged to grab a couple more things, might as well. So I need to write a couple more emails or send some texts this evening to see if I can get some last minute additions to the dossier. Probably means I gotta come back here and make some more copies of stuff. But everybody here is so nice. And it was nice to hang out. Ricky, if you see this, nice to see you. Same thing, Lou. It was nice to see you too. It's just nice. It's nice to have some human interaction as well. This whole pandemic thing, spending all this time alone. Speaking of which, it's curfew. But before I hop on my bike and head home, thanks to Merrilee Burke for producing today's episode, my patron producer of the day. Thanks to all my patrons for keeping me sane, and honestly for being a part of keeping me in France, because those of you that have been patrons of mine have, you know, legitimized my stay here to the French authorities by helping me pay my taxes. So that's a huge win, and thanks everybody for watching anyways. Feel free to hit that like button. Still not sure if it's actually doing anything, but it definitely makes me feel good, so that's nice. Helps with the algorithm is what they say. Let's go, before the sun is setting, it's beautiful. Let's take a nice little ride through Paris. And speaking of like human contact moments with people, hold on. I ended up alongside this other guy riding a Van Moof, the same bike that I have, with a little bit of a different layout. And I saw him in traffic, ended up passing him without saying anything. But I had that moment, I was like, you know, I have the perfect thing to say to this guy to open a conversation, because I'm chatty. I used to be chatty, at least. I'm trying to reclaim some chattiness, both from, you know, pandemic like awkwardness, and also because, you know, it's not necessarily the most small talky kind of culture. Anyway, just when we ended up catching back up, and I wish I would have recorded this. I was in Place de la Concorde, and I just stopped recording, and he came up alongside me, and I just turned to him and said, "Elle est belle votre vélo," which is basically just a stupid compliment to make, because then he was like, "Oh, yours too." It was kind of fun to chat with this guy in traffic. He was out of battery, so he's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna make it home," and I was just cool. We parted ways, said, you know, bon courage, good evening, whatever. And it was just nice to have just a little bike nerd chat there for a second, and then that was it. It's just nice to, you know, nice to connect with other human beings, even if you're on the go. So that was great. Hey, Google, turn on the lights. Anyways, I'm feeling pretty good. I'll probably, for those of you that remember, I don't know, they never sent me the other book, I don't feel like, but Cat and Mouse, the book that I did the English voices for. It's a kid's book to teach kids English, and I am Cat. Am I in the front of the book? Yeah, there I am. My name's right in the front of the book. There you go. Anyways, I'll definitely take this with me. Probably make a copy of that page just to leave with them. But yeah, I'm feeling like, well, I mean, it's out of my hands to some degree too. I can only do so much. I can create the complete dossier that they asked for, throw in some extra stuff, just to hope that that makes them happy, and then we have to wait and find out. So by the time you're watching this, it's gonna be tomorrow, my rendezvous, and then by the time you find out, you'll either find out on Instagram, because I'll probably post about it there first, because it's gonna happen right away, or, you know, I'll talk about it here on the vlog as well. And yeah, overall, feeling pretty good about it. I gotta put this guy together and tie up a couple more loose ends this evening before the day is over, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for yet more delightful bike chats from Paris, and hopefully you're doing well. And yeah, if you've got a little bit of extra energy in you today and you're feeling a little bit chatty, doesn't have to be about bikes, but maybe reach out to somebody that you care about and make sure they're doing well today too. And either way, take care of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.